Hello, everyone. It's the very last series of the day before we head into Championship Sunday. Another elimination round for you guys. It's OTK facing off against Unitas.
Super
It went holy.
Okay, well, I mean, this is exactly what Sid predicted.
The holy
so
is different. I thought they'd play disc. No, the holy priest. I thought they would play disc. So there's a little bit of a difference.
Is it much different though?
I don't think so.
It is much different. I think it's going to be similar. So basically, what OTK is trying to set up here, and why we're seeing a Necro Lord on Trill, is he basically doesn't want to die in a stun. They're all just playing don't die in stun with the frictionless coding, and if they can avoid that, CMD's actually going to use his combustion early on. Are we going to see an anti-magic zone? It's just a paralyze coming in from Trill. And it looks like OTK diffusing this early aggression with a grapple weapon on Aiden. And now it's going to be up to them to kind of strike back. Unitas, they do commit a decent amount of offense there. And it actually is an assassination rogue from Aiden as well. So a bit curious, these choices coming in from Unitas. But they're really mixing up here in game one.
Yeah, we're going to see the Assassination Rogue and the Holy Priest here. Definitely not something you would expect. Let's see what they can do with it. They're going after Mez here. Big damage coming in onto Mez here. He's going to use his Icebound Fortitude. He's already used his Trinket. So that means the next stun here onto Mez is going to be a full duration kidney shot. Let's see if they can pair that up with something onto Sea-Doo. That would be huge for them. They already forced out his Trinket. So Mez is already in a very dangerous situation. And Oxygen there, unfortunately, a little bit slow with the fade. Big damage onto CMD. Beautiful damage here combo with that Syndragosa chill streak coming out from Maz and Trill here trying to answer, but still much pressure. CMD, what are you going to do here? Oxygen has no real big heals here to work with. It looks like he's going to activate the fade. He's looking for the fear. He gets the Shastai stun into the poly onto Trill, into the double fear. Maz in so much trouble to get the Garrote.
No way!
He's going to get destroyed. Beautiful setup here coming out from Unitas. They blind up Sea-Doo. They get his trinket. They force one of Mez trinkets in the start. They get the second trinket with that second setup. And the third setup seals the deal. And that's the Holy Priest stun right there, setting it all up for the team. Excellent.
Hello?
Can we get some Fs in the chat? The Super T's prediction.
Yeah. What do you have to say about that, Sydney?
I mean, Holy Priest Asa Rogue is not what I predicted. I thought it would be Disc Priest Sub Rogue Fire Mage. If they did that, I think it would have been the most one-sided series. So they decided not to walk into that. They walked in with different specializations. And I don't know how Mez ended up using all of his breakers. I mean, like, why did he IBF? It's on cooldown right now. I don't even think we even caught why before this point in the replay. I feel like Mez just got really overconfident or something at this point because he didn't even use anti-magic zone. Like normally the DK is trinketing to anti-magic zone and use a cooldown. So not having a trinket, not having an anti-magic zone, even though they're getting a lot of damage here and they're getting a lot of pressure here, it's just an opening. And Trill by himself, I don't think can really save Mez. So it's just stun Sea-Doo, stun Mez, poly Trill. Mez has already kind of just thrown away all of his breakers.
Beautiful.
And they're able to kill him. So I feel like if Mez is just more conservative with his cooldowns, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, it probably doesn't. But it's so nice to have that level of crowd control with the Holy Priest. All of a sudden, Oxygen can just CC the healer by himself. Stun, fear. And if CMD can get a Ring of Frost, great. If he can't, still, you had a nice setup. Aiden can stun the DK, and then CMD can just Dragon's Rush Shape Trill. So those three things kind of coming together allowed Unitas to actually get consistent setups in the match, and I think that really threw OTK off.
I think it certainly did as well. We're not used to seeing Mez die in that manner. Unitas taking that first game victory right now in this best of 5 elimination series. So now OTK on the back foot starting off here. And this is really not where we predicted these guys to be this far into the series here. They're going to be choosing their map choice pretty soon. And what do we want to see? I mean, I feel like they're probably going to stick with that first comp, or do you think they're going to switch something up, Zico?
Well, I think it depends on what Unitas blind locks. I feel like if Unitas blind locks the RMP, there's more options on the side of OTK. I mean, they could just go for Windwalker Mage or something like that as well. So my question is, are they gonna have the confidence to blind lock the Holy Assass? I think they should. And I really don't know what that matchup would look like against the Windwalker Paladin.
You don't have to change. You just play Windwalker DK and you don't press Trinket and IBF on nothing, I think, and you're fine. I feel like they threw that game. I think they thought they were immortal.
Yeah.
I think they were thinking like I was thinking when they fought the process team, and they just completely were immortal and decimating them. But it was a different comp. It was a different comp.
The process team.
Yeah, trust the process team. When they were fighting trust the
process.
process, they just completely dominated them. But that was a different spec. They were different specs. So I think Mez was thinking like, I'm just immortal. I'm gonna just willy-nilly trinket, willy-nilly IBF, and just kind of run you over and kill you. So I think if he doesn't do that, then this doesn't happen. I mean, I don't know how we got to that place again. If Mez had any stun breaker at all, or Sidu had a breaker, Mez would have easily survived. They had more than enough cooldown. So I think that was just overconfidence, and not anticipating it to be a threat.
I feel like if we were to revisit our predictions here on this series, it would probably end in a 3-1 here on the side of OTK. But Unitas is going to take that first victory here, and we're going to be going to hook point 2. I feel like that's indicative of them staying with that composition on the side of OTK. But Unitas switching to Holy Priest. How do we like that choice?
Well, yeah, I mean, the Holy Priest, it looked good in game number 1. I think the reason why it's so good is just it has the ability to set itself up, right? You can just stun Sidu when he's playing Shaman. Now he's playing Paladin, so it's a little bit different. I don't know why they switched to the Paladin. Maybe just more CC breaks. You really do get the feeling, though, for OTK that if they can just last... I didn't see what Oxygen's mana was like, but I assume it was probably around like 50% or something like that at that point in the game. So OTK can just hold on, then it's going to be really difficult for Oxygen to sustain through that level of pressure. And I think that's probably the main advantage OTK has on this matchup, just a massive mana lead. Now Sidu playing the Paladin, it just gives him multiple breaks. So it's not just Trinket and then he can't do anything. The next time he gets stun veered, he now has Trinket as well as, Blessing and Protection to get out of the stun. And I think it's going to allow OTK a little bit more time, but I don't think they necessarily needed to switch. Maybe they feel like they have more of an edge, but the reason why I think is a bit weird is, I guess they weren't anticipating the assassination rogue. I was going to say, why didn't they lock the Paladin blind in game number 1 if they think it's better for this matchup?
Yeah, curious as well. We're going to see if that switch from OTK is going to give them success here in game number 2 on hook point. Unitas already up 1-0 though in this elimination series, best of 5. Game number 2, OTK versus Unitas.
Yeah, we're going to see here game number 2 here, and I mean this is going to be a very, very telling game. If Unitas wins here, I think OTK they're not even sure if this is going to be a good answer here. So it's going to be very interesting to see if they actually can pull this off on the side of Unitas. But mana definitely going to be a big story here. Double Ring of Frost. Mez isolated right at the get-go here. Big damage coming out. And Mez actually playing Draine DK here, using that Icebound Fortitude to break out of that first stun. And that's going to be enough here. No real cooldowns committed. Actually, they did commit the combustion here. So not a bad exchange here for Mez and for OTK. And now they're going to go after Oxygen. Big damage coming in. Oxygen forced to use his trinket as well. So pretty solid opener here for OTK, I would say. Aiden also still taking a lot of cleave damage here. Sidu bopping himself out of the blind. Kidney shot secured onto Maz. We have a smoke bomb here from Aiden. It would be a perfect time to use it here. Not going to opt to use that one, and they're going to lose that pressure. And now all of a sudden, they're going to go back here, try to reset, lick their wounds a little bit, and try to get ready for that next setup.
They got a nice double stun there, but the life grip pulled CMD away. Aiden's going to escape out of line of sight. Mez is charging forward, still has a trinket to get out of stun lock. Sidu still has a lot of options as well. Decent damage on the CMD. Death and Decay snipes Aiden on his re-stealth. Nice play by Mez. Sidu looks like he may even try and drink. He's got to be careful about getting sapped. He might even get swapped to here. Trill portals back behind the pillar with Aiden, but ends up breaking the blind. I'm not sure if they wanted to swap to Aiden there or what they were thinking, but Blinding Light's going to get used there. Oxygen stabilizes Aiden. CMD is just getting destroyed at the moment, trying to get away from Trill and Mez. Oxygen into a Hammer of Justice, but Mez into a kidney shot. No crowd control on Sidu, and a grapple weapon on Aiden means that I think Mez survives. They do manage to get Psychic Scream Mind Games. Any Magic Zone going to drop from Mez. Good trade on that combustion. However, Aiden is sitting on that Vendetta, and it's a huge hit of damage. If Aiden uses a Vanish in Venom and gets a big crit on that, he can just absolutely erase Mez, and he's already got their Icebound Fortitude, already gotten through any Magic Zone, so Aiden's getting ready to load up that big pull. He might just pop it now. Here comes the Vendetta kidney shot. This is scary, and Sidu knows it, He's going to trade Trinket and Sacrifice
overlap, though.
for that cooldown. Overlapped with Mez's Trinket, which means Smoke Bomb is an opportunity if CMD can reset Combustion here. Aiden's going after Sea-Doo a little bit, trying to poke him with that Sacrifice damage. Is Aiden going to solo Sea-Doo behind the fence there? CMD's getting crushed in the meantime by Trill and Mez, paralyzed onto Oxygen. Mez is trying to pull back away and assist Sea-Doo. Sea-Doo's caught into a Stunlock with no Trinket. Mez pulls Aiden away, Chains of Ice, trying to protect him with the Abomination Limb and scare Aiden away, doing a decent amount of damage to Aiden and forcing him back from Sea-Doo for now, but there's no medallions remaining. There's a Smoke Bomb. Combustion comes up and a couple more Fireballs, and this Smoke Bomb could easily close the game. Double Psychic Scream, Mind Games onto Mez. He gets the Anti-Magic Shield up right before it goes off. However, that Combustion is still in the back pocket of CMD. If he can get in line of sight, Sea-Doo's in a full polymorph. The next stun, I mean, this is going to be it. Trill's in a stun. Kidney Shot connects. Pop Combustion. Where's the Combustion? There's the Combustion. Huge damage onto Mez. Game 2 is going to go to Unitas. 10% health remains. Dragon's Breath. Mind Control closes it out. And I said it was going to be a 3-0, but I didn't think it was going to be in favor of Unitas.
Oh my
What a
goodness.
crazy
We're
game.
both wrong.
Yeah, what a crazy game. I mean, Unitas really mixing it up here. Subtlety Rogue can be kind of exploited, honestly, just reducing the stun. So I think bringing in that Assassination Rogue, obviously packing a huge punch, and that Holy Priest as well. I think the nice thing about the Holy Priest, the more I think about it, is when OTK is doing their grip setups, having that greater fade just allows him to actually escape. Like, he can get away from the slappy hands, he can get away from just the big one-shot setup and really deny those type of goes. And I don't know if OTK was fully prepared for the Holy Priest Assassination RMP, because Unitas was making this look really good.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, we're going to see it here on the replay as well, but it felt like Unitas, they had a solid game plan here, just targeted DK and keep going for these setups. And I mean, this, like we mentioned earlier as well, this is a comp that's just going to get better and better. There's the bubble from Sea-Doo, gets Master Spell. There's the Smoke Bomb on the edge. CMD blinks in, gets the Dragon's Breath. There's the Mind Control as well. And that's just going to be it. You know, the power of the Master Spell, the power of having that Holy Priest basically giving you a deep freeze, and the power of the Assassination Rogue. I mean, look at Aiden doing a decent amount of damage here on that Rogue. A lot of burst actually available on that Assassination Rogue. And I mean, a lot of people are opting for the sub rogue, but more and more people are starting to use that Asa rogue, and it's only going to get better.
Can I make a prediction?
Yes.
Mez is going goodbye, and they're going to play. They're going to go to kind of a neutral map and play Windwalker, Mage, Paladin. I would wager all my renown on this one. I think OTK, they're going to make a change, because it doesn't seem like they're well practiced for this matchup in particular.
Yeah. Well, I would like to formally apologize to Unitas. I definitely thought they were the underdog going into this series. I was 100% with Supatees and the 3-0 on the side of OTK, but they're on match point right now versus OTK, proving both Sid and me wrong here with our predictions. They're only one game away right now to winning this series, but if they switch things up like Ben was saying, I feel like that could be the turnaround here for OTK. So we're going to find out shortly enough what exactly they're going to do. So I feel like maybe large map, if that's what they want to do, Zico, switch up their comp.
Yeah, I think we're gonna. Well, no, I don't think we're gonna go to Tolvir, but I think we're gonna go somewhere a little bit bigger. Ashamane's, Empyrean Domain, Tiger's Peak, maybe. Something like that, and we're probably going to see that Windwalker Mage Paladin. That's what I'm also expecting, because this is kind of what I talked about a little bit in the start of that last game. If you have OTK losing now with the Paladin version of this comp, then it feels like they don't actually have a good answer here, and they don't really know what they want to pick. So from that point, all you can really do is lock in the Windwalker Mage. That's really the only thing that they have left that, you know, is a top tier comp. So I really would be surprised if they don't lock that in.
Yeah, I think I would be surprised as well. It feels like this comp just doesn't work for them. Is that just due to the current, tuning that we're seeing with Windwalker DK right now, Supatees? Okay.
I
think they're gonna.
What, on Black Cold? Is this just a Windwalker pick?
Doing it. Yeah, they're not doing it. They're playing Windwalker Mage Paladin. There's no way.
All right.
Let's see.
We'll
I
see.
mean, time will tell. I'm convinced, and not only that, I'll take it a step further. I think if OTK plays a Windwalker Mage Paladin, they could reverse sweep here.
Double or
That's what I
nothing
meant.
on your
Double or
renown.
nothing. We're just going
Yep.
negative
Throw in all your
renown.
Stygia as well or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll change to Kyrian. I'll do it.
You're gonna betray the Winter Queen that early, Van? You're not even hit renown 30.
No, I'm not. I don't want to go
Zico
anywhere.
looks-
I'm enjoying my stay.
He's so disappointed in you, Ben.
Is it weird that I feel like Windwalker DK should smash this? I feel like the strat maybe is wrong. Is not just playing Shaman, running at Priest, hexing Mage with Aura Mastery.
Yeah, what if they just
and
run to the
grounding?
priest? Actually, that's a good
Just-
point. They could
yeah,
just play Windwalker
it's-
DK and just kill the Holy Priest. Let's just get him.
Just use your
Just get
cooldowns to stay on the Priest and kill the Priest. I don't.
Yeah, that's a good option too, honestly.
What legendary is Oxygen running? Is he running the Reds legendary or no? He's running. Yeah, Windwalker Mage.
Oh. Okay.
I actually don't believe in the prophecy. I actually don't believe in the tunnel, the Holy Priest strat. If he plays the Spider-Man legendary, then he's actually going to take a long time to kill him.
I like how we have the Incredible Hulk legendary and the Spider-Man legendary. What else? What other superhero legendaries are there?
It's infinite. Possibilities are endless.
Who's the
Bulletproof
tankiest superhero?
Bulletproof Triune
The
Ward.
Hulk.
The Hulk?
No.
There's no way the Hulk is
Yeah.
the tankiest. He's the one who jumps.
He's a rock.
He's the
Or
tankiest.
like a beast.
I feel
a
like
beastie.
he's.
Is he really the tankiest?
Tanky.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who's the rock thing in Fantastic Four?
Oh my god, you're
That-
testing
that
my
one.
knowledge
Oh
hard.
yeah, that
Oh,
one
no.
is that one is the prop palette legendary for sure.
Okay.
That guy.
That guy, I don't know his name, but yeah, we go with that one. Oh man. Okay, well we're gonna see here what OTK can do with this comp swap heading into Blackrook Hold on game number 3. Is Unitas gonna take this victory 3-0, or is OTK gonna reverse sweep now that they've got this new composition on the board?
Why do I feel like Unitas are actually just going to win this? I feel like they're going to do that triple setup, the Chastise, the Kidney, the DB Sheep, and this is going to be clean. Sam finds CMD. That's a nice start here. Aiden's trying to sneak in, but he's not going to get a sap, so OTK removed that potential crowd control from the match. Oxygen is just sprinting in on top of OTK right now, getting a Psychic Scream, cheap shot on Sea-Doo. Looking to set up damage onto Trill. It looks like Trill's going to portal back into the room. This map was picked so that Trill could use that portal positioning. Sea-Doo now looking like he wants to post up for a Hammer of Justice, but gets snared. Oxygen pre-fades and moves away from the Hammer of Justice. Trill stunned up by Aiden, but no crowd control just yet. CMD tries to fake out, interrupts, faking out Sam-I-Am's counterspell. CMD gets interrupted, though, by Trill. Sea-Doo's marching at Oxygen. Really wants to get a Hammer of Justice, but gets intercepted in a polymorph. Trill is still the target here. Fist of Fury, Diffuse Magic, and a trade, but it wasn't Combustion. You can tell that Trill is a bit worried here, trading that cooldown for nothing from the side of Unitas.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very interesting matchup so far. CMD going to be taking a little bit of damage as finally OTK looking to develop a little bit of momentum of their own. Fist of Fury gets Dragon's Breath. Sam-I-Am gets counterspelled. CMD doing a good job playing defense, trying to protect Oxygen from crowd control so he can get healed up. This was his combustion as well. So CMD actually stole Sam-I-Am's combustion. That is going to sit pretty, and now he can actually reverse the pressure here on Trill. They get the touch of Karma. Trill forced to use his Transcendence. He's got no diffuse, and all of a sudden, Trill is left all alone. Aiden, if he can reconnect, Trill could be in a world of hurt. Sea-Doo now caught into a polymorph. He's trying to reconnect to target, interrupting Oxygen. Dragon's Breath on Trill, still in a lot of trouble. Sea-Doo finally tops him off, but Trill has no defensive cooldowns left. Needs to make sure his portal is in a good position. It is still in that room, but with no real defensive cooldowns, if we do see him get caught into a stun, and Aiden can reconnect with like a smoke bomb, then Trill's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and we're going to see Aiden now caught up in a polymorph here. Let's see what he can do when he gets out of this one. And they're still going to go after Trill here. Trill still having a lot of options here. Both of these mages just resetting their combusts here. I wonder if Sam is actually a better target here. For OTK, the story for them is just try to survive. Oh, Trill, my goodness! He's taking so much damage. He trinkets out after Sea-Doo actually trades the Divine Shield and the Sacrifice. Mind Control on low HP, and this is a disaster. They're swapping over to Oxygen. Oxygen immediately trinkets, activates the Fade before he takes the damage. CMD has Combustion. Trill has no trinket. Sea-Doo has no trinket. He's caught up in a fear. Trill is running for his life. They swap over to Sea-Doo.
No way!
And no way! OTK get OTK.
O3K.
O3K'd by Unitas. The kings of LATAM have done it. And Sid, your prediction was right, but you know,
Wrong
for the wrong team.
Sometimes the prediction,
wrong team.
the magic ball just bugged out
fuzzy.
a little bit.
Yeah, it was coming in a little fuzzy this
I
time.
knew it was going to be the most dominant series. It was a 3-0. I'm 2 out of 3 on the prediction. That's more than half. I'm still good.
That's what you meant all along, man.
I mean, you just really have to give a lot of credit here to Unitas. You know, they do consistently make it into the top 8. I believe that they've qualified for the circuit now with this, and yeah, I think this is their best performance yet. Bringing in the Assassination Rogue, the Holy Priest, and this is a composition that could potentially even get better come Tuesday. So I think Unitas is looking good for the round robin. And I think teams are gonna definitely have to give them a second look and be like, wait, what? What just happened to OTK? Okay, now we have to deal with this because this seems very threatening.
Yeah,
Holy Priest, low-key, the strongest healer in the game. This is where they overlap. So Trill uses Trinket, Sea-Doo uses Bubble. Maybe Sea-Doo valued Trinket Sack over Bubble there in the future because he ends up getting swapped to. I think they maybe even just crowd control him through after the sacrifice here. Trill is trying to get a kill with Zwen out, but is just not able to. They fear Sea-Doo, and then Trill portals out of the fight. They swap to Sea-Doo, and Sea-Doo's just all alone. They sat on Vendetta and Combustion. They sat on all their cooldowns. Like, they got everything from OTK without pulling the big guns. They didn't pull Vendetta, they didn't pull Combust until it was guaranteed to kill a target. Like, that was complete domination.
Yeah, I really like that cloak by AWC